Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Shoaib Ahmed. Today I would like to discuss a guest paper with you. It would help you to qualify your UGC-NET. So before starting, let me give you some suggestions. Number one, you have to solve yourself this paper, though I would also discuss many options in detail. But how you have to solve? You need to go through each option through Wikipedia. Only Wikipedia, nothing apart from that. Do not go into so much depth. Only Wikipedia upper paragraph, the first paragraph, that would be enough. Just read that closely in a very serious way, judiciously. And you need to develop your sense how to qualify UGC-NET, and solving questions would surely certainly help you to qualify your net and solve every option. So let's begin. First question is, a language as a structured system on contrary is both a self-contained whole and a principle of classification. As soon as we give linguistic structure pride of place among the facts of language, we introduce a natural order into an aggregate which lends itself to no other classification. That our vocal apparatus is made for speaking as our legs for walking. These lines have been derived from number 1, the object of study by Ferdinand de Saussure. Number B, explorations in the functions of language by M.A.K. Halliday. Number 3, the savage mind by Claude Lévi-Strauss. Number 4, margins of philosophy by Jacques Derrida. The correct answer is A, the object of study by Ferdinand de Saussure. The object of study is written by Ferdinand de Saussure. It has been taken from Course in General Linguistics that was published in 1916. It is written in 3 sections. Number 1, first section is about study of language. Second section is about linguistic structure. Third section is about language and its role in social life. So nothing apart from that. And it's a very short article and you can read the main article. Number second option, explorations in the functions of language by M.A.K. Halliday. M.A.K. Halliday is a British linguist. He developed the idea of SFL. SFL means systemic functional linguistics, model of language. And in this book, Explorations in the Function of Language, that published in 1973, in this book he explores how people exchange meanings by using language. He points out that language is a kind of creature and creation of human society. So it talks about the importance of language, how language is important for human beings in society, how language constructs society, how language develops relationship in the family, and how we exchange ideas, feelings, emotions, and thoughts through language, as language is a source of communication. So the third option is the savage mind by Claude Lévi-Strauss, that published in 1962 by Claude Lévi-Strauss. He is a French anthropologist. His works played major role in the development of the theories of structuralism and structural anthropology. In the book The Savage Mind, he talks about structure in terms of society, relation, or culture. And he used the term bricolage. This is very important. They may ask in which book Claude Lévi-Strauss used the term bricolage. He used in The Savage Mind the term bricolage. B-R-I-C-O-L-A-G. Bricolage means mixed media, when the ideas are derived from various sources in a society to construct something. And this idea, he used the term bricolage. And in the book The Savage Mind, this idea influenced Derrida's, this idea, the bricolage, in this book, this idea influenced Derrida's essay Structure, Sign and Play in the Discourse of Human Science. So the next option is Margins of Philosophy by Jacques Derrida, that published in 1972. Another work by Derrida is Speech and Phenomena, that published in 1967. It is about the phenomenology of Edmund Husserl and Phenomenology is a subject in which we study about objectivity and reality. And his theory of language in this book, Speech and Phenomena, he explores, he talks about Edmund Husserl's theory of language, how he defines language. He develops, and in this book, he develops key discussions on the terms like deconstructionism or deconstruction and difference. Number third book is of grammatology, that also published in 1967 by Derrida. The idea of deconstruction originates from this book discussing linguistic and semiotic. So this is question one. Now question second. Which from the following is not appropriately related to Roland Barthes, the death of the author? It's a very important article and it's 3 pages article. You can read it. You can read it. It's very simple to understand. He talks about how meaning is created. How meaning is created by the reader, or the death of the author is the birth of the reader. And I would say not the death of the author or the birth of the reader, but the multiple death of the reader, because when a reader reads after finishing the book, he also dies. So it is a multiple birth of a text. We can say death of the author and the birth of the text, but not the birth of the reader, because reader also dies many times. So which one is correct? The unity of a text is not in its origin but in its destination. This line is from the death of the author. C.P. Snow, Sartre, Thomas Chauvel, Michel Benton, Anthony Esthop, Auguste Boyle, Eugenio Barr and John Gassner. Number third line, finally, surrealism to keep to this prehistory of modernity could doubtless not attribute. You can read it. And the third is Belgic, Baudelaire, Brecht, Oxfordian philosophy, Thomas de Quincey, Beauvoir and Pichet. B is answer. B is not in this article. And this article begins with the short story of Belgic, Baudelaire. And he also talks about Oxfordian philosophy in this text. And he say that the language of the text is a tissue, is a layer. So you can read this article. It's a very short article. Which is not associated with the sun rising by John Donne. Number A, by old fool, busy old fool, unruly son, saucy, pedantic, wretch, go child. She's all states and all princes, obeyed personifies the sun. Yeah, obeyed means morning song, and it's the sun rising is a morning song, and it personifies the sun. Our two souls, therefore, which are one, and this is from a valediction forbidding morning. So option D is answer. This is from our two souls, therefore, which are one, is from a valediction forbidding morning. Option 4, my love should grow vaster than empires and more slow. 100 years should go to praise thine eyes and on the forehead gaze. 200 to adore each breast, but 30,000 to the rest. An age at least to every part, and the last age should show your heart. For, lady, you deserve this state, nor would I love at lover rate. Which one is correct? Vegetable D. My vegetable love. This line has been taken from To His Coy Mistress by Andrew Marvell. And the opening line of To His Coy Mistress is, had we but world enough and time, this coyness lady or no crime, we would sit down and think which way to walk and pass our long love day. It's a very beautiful poem and it's about carpe diem. Philosophy means seize the day, enjoy the day, use the day. Answer 5. All the words are stage and all the men and women merely players. This is a speech by Jacques in As You Like. It has been taken from As You Like, and you can read the entire speech, but do not read in depth. Next question, very important question. Which work is not by Helen Gardner, a British English critic? You can learn from here. Helen Gardner is a British critic. This would be asked. This might be asked. Helen Gardner belongs to which country? She belongs to Britain. British is British critic. She says that the function of a critic is to illuminate rather than attack. It's her phrase. And to answer this question, I would let you know Helen Gardner, as a British critic, works on the poetry of John Donne and metaphysical poetry and T.S. Eliot poetry. So the answer is D, because she does not work on Chaucer. The Art of T.S. Eliot by Helen Gardner, The Metaphysical Poets by Helen Gardner, The Elegies and the Songs and Sonnets of John Donne by Helen Gardner. So it's simple. Number 7, it's very important question and very good question. The Westland is a poem written by T.S. Eliot having 434 lines, published in 1922 in the Criterion and the Dial. These are the journals, the famous journal, with famous phrases. April is the cruelest month. It employs many allusions to the Western canon, Ovid's Metamorphosis, Legend of the Fisher King, Dante's Divine Comedy, and Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. Who among the following wrote a parody on the poem entitled West Paper, a poem of profound insignificance? H.P. Lovecraft wrote this parody. So in this question I have provided you many information. The poem have 434 lines, published in 1922, published in two journals, published in England and America, and the illusions have been taken from these works. Who among the following does not belong to Bloomsbury group? Alan Showalter does not belong to Bloomsbury group, and the Bloomsbury group writers are Virginia Woolf, J.M. Keynes, E.M. Forster, Vanessa Bell, Lytton Strachey. Their works and outlooks deeply influence literature, aesthetics, criticism, and economics, as well as modern attitudes towards feminism, pacifism, and sexuality. The term gynocriticism was coined by Alan Showalter in 1979. Which among the following is not correct about the term? The study of women's writing. It concerns with women as a writer, a form of feminist literary criticism. Yes, all three are correct. Study of girl and girlhood. This is the emerging genre, girlhood literature, and the question has been asked in last UGC-NET exam. Sexual textual politics was written by Toril Moi. Simone de Beauvoir has written The Second Sex. Laura Mulvey is known for male gaze. Judith Butler is known for gender trouble. Who formed the modernist art movement Vorticism in 1914? Martin Esslin, Wyndham Lewis, Filippo Thomas Marinette, Charles Baudelaire. Answer is B. Wyndham Lewis. Wyndham Lewis. 12. Research proposal synopsis does not belong to an outline of research. It contains scope and objectives. It contains methodology and justification. Yes, abstract. Research proposal does not contain abstract. Research proposal does not belong to abstract. Abstract is not used in research proposal because research proposal is itself a kind of abstract for the thesis. Key terms cannot be used in research thesis, research paper, research proposal, dissertation. Yeah, in research proposal key terms cannot be used in research proposal. Yeah, this is a tough question, but we use in research thesis, research paper, and dissertation, but we do not use in research paper. Rarely might be used. So answer C would be correct. It was a Russian avant-garde poetic movement that began after the revolution of 1917. The key proponents of this movement were Anatoly Merihov, Vadim Shanvich, and Sergei Yesin. Imagism. The right answer is Imagism. It was a Russian avant-garde poetic movement. It was Imagism. Next question is the term lost generation is coined by. Lost generation is coined by Gertrude Stein. Though Ernest Hemingway used it in writing, but it was used by Gertrude Stein. The Harlem Renaissance was known as New Negro Movement, Old Negro Movement, American Negro Movement, Negro Movement. A new Negro movement. Answer A. Who is associated with diaspora and double consciousness? W.E.B. Du Bois, Samir Dayal, Robin Cohen, James Clifford. Answer is B. Samir Dayal. W.E.B. Du Bois has used double consciousness in his book The Wretched on Earth. He used the idea of double consciousness, stream of consciousness, psychology, psychological consciousness, racial concern, and post-colonial paradigms, post-colonial concern, race, identity, class, subjugation, marginalization, fragmentation, identity and fragmentation. And Samir Dayal might have read his work, and he taken this idea of double consciousness, and he used it in the literature of diaspora. Who among the following is not a film critic? D. Kurt Vonnegut is not a film critic. He is a writer. Jacques Rivette, Joel Siegel, Philip French, they are the film critic. Kurt Vonnegut is not a film critic. Noam Chomsky is French, German, American, British. Noam Chomsky. His names look like German or French, but he is an American. Noam Chomsky is American. Please remember, he might, you can have question on these writers and you need to explore in detail. Just read a bit about them. Do not read in detail, just read a bit from Wikipedia. The history of sexuality is written in four books. It is written in four books by Michel Foucault. History of sexuality is written by Michel Foucault in four books. Who among the following has given 11396 definitions of romanticism in his book The Decline and the Fall of Romantic Ideal? Immanuel Kant, F.L. Lucas, Victor Hugo Goethe, uh, F.L. Lucas. 22. Max Stirner has coined the phrase egoistic anarchism in his book The Ego and Its Own in 1844, whereas John Keats has coined the phrase egotistical sublime in a letter to Richard Woodhouse in 1818. Through this phrase, whose poetry Keats described, Southey, Wordsworth, Blake, Coleridge, Wordsworth. Answer is B. So I have given many information in this question, so you can remember. The concept of emotive and scientific use of language is given by Clancy Brooks, I.A. Richards, T.S. Eliot, F.L. Lewis. I.A. Richards have given this idea of emotive and scientific in his book Principle of Literary Criticism. New critics laid main emphasis on theme, style, content, and form. They laid emphasis on form. New critics laid emphasis on form and form. The term logocentrism was coined by Ludwig Legs in 1920s, who was a German philosopher who among the following popularized the term logocentrism. Derrida popularized the term logocentrism, and you read about Showalter a bit, Christopher a bit, and Foucault a bit, and Derrida, who has defined deconstruction as a process which is often referred to as reading against the grain or reading the text it against itself, with the purpose of knowing the text as it cannot know itself. Terry Eagleton. This is by Terry Eagleton. Read Barbara Johnson, Jonathan Kuller, Paul Deman. He is a deconstructionist. He is a follower of Derrida. Paul Deman, Jeffrey Hartman, they are the follower of Derrida. Terry Eagleton. Answer is B. Black Literature and Literary Theory was written by French Fanon, Benita Perry, Chinua Achebe, Henry Louis Gates. Henry Louis Gates. Henry Louis Gates. Black Literature and Literary Theory is written by Henry Louis Gates. The man is no fool. Euphemism, synecdoche, litotes, epigram. Epigram. Litotes. It's litotes, no fool. It reflects litotes. The man is no fool. Litotes. To which branch of language does the English language belong? Germanic, Celtic, Hellenic, Balto, Slavic. Germanic. English language belong to Germanic. This question may be asked, or you may prepare some related questions. Who among the following developed the community language learning CLL approach? G. Go G. Lo Zeno, James Isha, Charles Curran, Get Gone. Get Gone. C. Charles Curran. Charles Curran. Ovid's Metamorphosis is divided into 31. 12 books. The answer is B. It is divided into 12 books. The poem "O Captain, My Captain" is attribute to Abraham Lincoln. It's a very famous poem. Please read it. Mug up each and every line. or Washington Irving, Walt Whitman, Benjamin Disraeli. Sybil has been asked. The subtitle is Two Nations. Who coined the term equity feminine or women's writing? Helen Sickus, French. Tori Moyle, Norway. Terry Eagleton, British. Lucy Irigaray, French. Helen Sixes or Helen Siku, French. She has coined the phrase écriture feminine or women's writing. On which of the following poets did Virgil have the greatest influence? Goethe, Dante, Milton, Spencer. Dante. Love poem for a wife I and breaded fish are written by Mahapatra, K.K. Daruwala, Torodat, A.K. Ramanujan. These poems are written by A.K. Ramanujan. Powder, mixture, herbs and hybrid. These words are by Nissim Ezekiel. These are by Nissim Ezekiel. He is from Maharashtra. Tagore is from West Bengal. Kamala Das is from Kerala. Sarojini Naidu is from Hyderabad. And these lines have been taken from Night of the Scorpion. T.S. Eliot received Nobel Prize in 1948. 38. Whose translation of Jenny Beck's novel Kairos won the International Booker Prize in 2024? It was the first occasion on which the prize was won by either a German writer or a male translator. Michel Hoffman. The answer is A. Michel Hoffman, who developed the concept of theory of sense related to the process of translation. Denika Seleskovich and Marina Lederer. Answer is A. Muhammad Sorab and Uday Kumar, Anisur Rahman, M. Asaduddin, Asmat Jahan, Sabah Bashir, Muhammad Afzal. No, answer is A. It is written by Slovenian philosopher and cultural theorist in 1989. It conceptualizes Kantian notion related to ideology. It provides an analysis of how did Marx invent the symptom, identify the correct option. The sublime object of ideology by Slovenian philosopher Slavoj Žižek. It is by Slavoj Žižek. So, all the best. आप इसके आगे या पीछे जो भी क्वेश्चन मैंने दिए इसके हर एक ऑप्शन को आप डिटेल से पढ़ लीजिए, आपको इससे बहुत हेल्प मिलेगी. आई टेक योर लीव विद दिस नोट. ऑल द बेस्ट.